Alright, we're going to start your first histology video. We're going to be on epithelial tissues, and today we're going to talk about simple squamous and simple cuboidal epithelium. First, we're going to talk about those names. So simple squamous means that the cell is flat. It's basically like looking at an egg, a fried egg, sideways, right? Or even a fried egg from the top if you look at the cell from the top. Notice it still has that mostly round nuclei, right? It's a little bit flatter when you're looking at it from the side, but the outside cell membrane doesn't have a basic form or shape. It just kind of runs wherever it wants to go. Versus simple cuboidal, you have a cube right, with a nice little round nuclei in the center. All of our pictures are 2D. This is what it would look like in its 3D form. So we're going to go ahead and start with those tissues. The reason we're talking about those tissues together is because they exist together in the kidney. The kidney is right here, right? We have the kidney at the 4x lens, the 10x lens, and the 40x lens. Remember, with the oculars, that becomes a 40 times magnification, a 100 times magnification, and a 400 times magnification. When we are looking at the kidney, we're going to separate this, right? We're going to concentrate right here on the outside called the renal cortex. As we get in closer, what we are actually going to concentrate on are these little brain-looking dudes. You can see them over here too on the smaller side, right? You can zoom in on any of these, and what you're going to end up with is this dude right here. This is actually called a glomerulus. This guy right here, the actual brain dude, is not what we're actually looking for, right? What we're looking for are these flat cells right here that make up the border of the glomerular capsule. So we're going to look at this down here on the big picture. Again, we're looking for these flat cells right here on the edges that make up the glomerular capsule. And notice they are in fact pretty flat. Here is the glomerulus, and then you're going to have this nice clear space right here. We call that the capsular space. And then this outer border, that capsular wall, is made up of simple squamous epithelium. Now if we move over just a little bit, sorry ladies and gents. Okay, if we move over just a little bit, so this is where we were at, we're going to move over here, right? Again, we slowly get bigger, we zoom in, and we're going to look at it down here on this side. Here's the glomerulus. This is where we were at when we were talking about simple squamous. And then here is our borders right here next to it. Right? You can see the borders of these cells. Sometimes they look a little bit more round, and that's just the nature of a fluid-filled body, right? It's going to conform a little bit. But they are in fact cubes. And they go all the way around, and this guy right here, this whole contraption, is called a kidney tubule. It's basically the hose that takes your filtrate, soon to be urine, through the kidney and helps it filter the blood. And that's the easiest way to tell them apart. Find this guy, and his outer wall with those flat cells will be the simple squamous. Find the big or sometimes smaller holes, right? Because all of these up here, these are also cuboidal. That's just the hose cut through the center. This is the hose or tubule cut slightly at a diagonal.